First up, a bit of a different week to what you were expecting, I imagine. Was the early call for Colchester helpful?
Yeah, I think it was important to get the call before the team coach left. So credit to Colchester for that. They sort of let us know the night before that there's a pitch inspection to be had at 8 o'clock in the morning. So thankful that we didn't need to travel and waste our time. We managed to get a bit of work into the players and also freshen the players up. So it's been a positive couple of days for us, really.
Yeah, I imagine a little bit of a blessing in disguise with the knocks you picked up last weekend.
Yeah, I think it was obviously frustrating. One or two of the players carrying some knocks from the previous game. So it was nice to get a bit of a break into one or two, but also a bit of work as well. So it's like the likes of Jack Senior and Max Biamu have continued to work over the last couple of days and work hard just to build up in their match fit, their fitness level sort of thing, and the rest of the group worked hard in the gym and did some leg work. So it's been a positive couple of days, and now we're looking forward to Saturday's game.
Due to follow up on Jamie Sterry and James Maxwell, what's the situation with them?
Jamie's trained today. James is touch and go for the weekend. So again, we'll give him the best chance to be available because he's been in good form. He's been in very good form, so we'll give him the best chance. But nice to see Jamie on the grass today.
And in terms of Matty Craig and Joe Ironside, are they okay? I think it was precautionary last weekend.
Yeah, no, they're going to take a little bit longer. They won't make the weekend's game, Joe and Matty. So more so, it's not taking a risk on them and missing more games. So Saturday probably comes a little bit too soon for them, as Tuesday would have done. So the good thing is they're missing one game and not two. Obviously, if the Colchester game had a win ahead, they'd have missed that, and this game at Swindon. So it's one game that the both of them will miss. They'll both be back early part of next week, probably Tuesday, and be good for the Forest Green game.
Anybody else kind of missing or back that we didn't expect?
No, that's it. Everybody else is fine. Everybody else is trained as normal. So yeah, we'll look forward to the opportunity, at Swindon, and hopefully we'll go there and try and get another 3 points.
You've mentioned Max Biamu already. How's he looking in training? How close is he to kind of completing kind of more minutes towards a full performance?
Yeah, he's looking fitter and stronger all the time, Max. So that was always going to take a little bit of time to get him up to speed. I think he's had a nice progression. We've worked hard and extra sessions with him as well on the training pitch, and I thought he was really good last week when he came on. I think he showed everybody what he is about and how aggressive he is. So it's nice to have Max getting up to speed and getting fitter all the time, because it gives us different options.
You've now scored in 9 straight league games. It's a marked improvement to kind of where the club was at in the first half of the season. How much of an improvement is that now that you can kind of rely on scoring more regularly, and the fact that it's coming not just from one or two players but from several sources?
Yeah, I think the difference in the last 8 or 9 games or so is that we've managed to keep a consistent sort of level of player available. I think first half of the season, particularly the first 7, 8, 9 games, having to, we worked all pre-season in our style and our shape and things like that, and when you miss your 4 fullbacks in the second or third game and you're having to change shape and things, and I know we've worked in a 3 anyway before at Hull and at Peterborough, but it's not ideal, you know what I mean? It's almost like you're ripping your plans up 3 games in to start again, and hence the slow start. The injuries didn't help us. The inconsistency of the injuries sort of coincided with the inconsistency from us as well as a team, because we didn't know who was fit one week to the other. At times 15, 16 injuries at times, so it's difficult. it is really, really difficult. I don't think people understand how difficult it is, and I seem to think back to probably 5-6 years ago when Liverpool were missing Salah and I think it was Salah and Firmino, I think it was, and how much Jurgen Klopp talked about how much he's missing his best players. What do you want him to do? Blah blah blah. I'm thinking, come and have a look at Doncaster Rovers, and we've got 15 or 16 sitting in there, and some big players for us. So you don't realise how important it is to have people fit and available. And I know people might say, well, you should have a squad. Yes, we do have a squad, but it's not nice seeing 15 or 16 players in your treatment room all the time. What we've done over the last 7-8 weeks is there's been a real shift in the mentality. There's been a real desire to get these players fit and get them on the training ground and keep them fit. And I think we've seen that. I think that David Rennie, our new physio, has been a real key instructor in terms of that, making sure the players are fit and robust and ready to go and not in the treatment room for too long. These 4 players that we're speaking about, Maxwell, Sterry, Ironside and Matty Craig. We may have Jamie on Saturday, we could have Maxwell as well, definitely not Joe and Matty, but I was thinking early part of this season we're looking at and thinking we'll probably not see these lads for 4 or 6 weeks. We're going to miss them for one game, and I think that's been the difference for us, that we've managed to keep people fit and available for selection, which has in turn helped our results.
Is it a shame for you that there's not another month or two of the season? Because it kind of feels like it only really got up and running at the back end of February for all the reasons that you've highlighted and more. That must be a real frustration that things are going to come to a halt when you seemingly have just got yourselves into a good position.
Yeah, and listen, we always trusted that we had the players here, and if we could recruit well from the start of the season and in January, then we'd have a good chance of being in and around that top 7. What you don't know that's going to happen is the injuries that we have and the disruption that we've had and that sort of element of it. I spoke, a few weeks ago. I said, look, let's finish the season strong. Let's see where we can go. All we want to do now is concentrate game after game, one game at a time. We've got 10 games left. Let's see how many we can win. That's all it is, and that was the message to the players. 18 games when we sat down and said, look, 18 games. Let's see if we can finish at the top of that 18 league table. Some of the teams have played 2 more than us at the minute, but we still find ourselves in the top 7 of that. And I know if we win a couple of games in hand, we could go back to the top of it. So it's that's how well the form has been over the last 7-8 games for us, and we want to just continue to build on that and build on that momentum.
And I know Klopp has been talked about Akiba Adelican over the last few weeks and the impact that he's had. Is he benefiting from a regular run of games now? Checking back on his career, we're going to get a chance to speak to him. He doesn't appear like somebody that has had that too much during his career and might be feeling the benefit from it.
Yeah, I think he's really enjoying his football. I was having a chat with Hex today on the training ground and just saying, how you feeling? He says, yeah, I'm loving it. Really enjoying the position and how you want me to play, and he's been really good since he's come in. I mean, look, the first couple of games he's probably looking at and thinking, geez, what have I come into here? We got beat 5-1 against Stockport at home, and we're playing Sutton away, and I don't think there was 3 passes made in the day between both teams. You know what I mean? It was like probably a little bit of a baptism of fire for him. But then since then, he's just got his head down and he's gone to a different level. So it's we know what Hex is capable of and how he can and what he can bring and how he can do it in our team. So we just want him to continue to keep doing it. He's enjoying it. He's a smile on his face. He's trying things that he probably wouldn't normally try at other clubs, and we like that. We like to give him that freedom and that expression to go and be him, I would say.
I imagine you'd love to keep him beyond the end of the season. Has there been any kind of discussion around that yet?
Listen, we have discussions all the time, with the board, and obviously we're drawing closer to the time where players and agents want to know what's happening with them and their client. So as I've said in these sort of interviews for the last few weeks, we want to try and keep our business in house and work diligently in terms of how we want to build our squad for next season. We've still got 10 games left, Adam, so we're really focused on trying to, each game as they come and trying to and get as many points as we can from now to the end of the season.
Some thoughts on Swindon? It seems an absolute world away since the goalless draw earlier on this season, and the amount of change that's happened since.
Yeah, it feels a long time ago. It really does. They were in a really good form then when they came to us. I think they might have been in the top 3 or 4 in the division, in and around there anyway. And I think Tommy Rowe got an early red card, if I seem to remember. But yeah, it's different. Obviously, their manager left, and things happen. So yeah, it's another game for us where we feel we can go and put a good plan together and hopefully try and get a good result. But we know every game in this league's tough, but our only focus really has been on us.
And that's highlighted by the fact they've just run Mansfield very close. So you know you're going to be up against it. I know every game's tough, but that's a real marker for them over recent weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And the game was like a basketball game. It could have been 7-all, 8-all. Watching that game back, so they've got Drennan, they've got Charlie Austin, they've got Hepburn Murphy, they've got Glatzel, they've got some really good attacking players in the team, midfielders that can handle the ball, McCann and Devoy. So it's a tough game. Like any team in this division, if you're not at it, then you can get hurt. So we just got to make sure that we're ready.